What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about Tom Willander and his entry-level contract that he officially signed with the Vancouver Canucks a couple days ago, Wednesday to be in fact. And of course, we touched on it briefly in our over hour-long video where we basically took a few different videos and basically combined them together to make one really big video, where we had the news of Adam Foote being named the new head coach, the Tom Willander signing, and then I had already planned a top 10 rankings video for Vancouver Canucks goaltenders. So we ended up just, clumping that together and making one really big video. But in this particular video, we are going to break down his entry-level contract, which is a 3-year contract, as our every entry-level contract is always a 3-year deal. That's just the way that they work. They're always 3 years, unless a team chooses to burn one of those years, which obviously the Vancouver Canucks decided not to do. So as I mentioned, we're going to read the article. We're going to break it down. I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below on what you guys think. We're going to go over some of the bonuses as well, which everyone knows was a big factor when it comes to the contract, as that's where the two sides had a stalemate. It came down to the bonuses. Everyone knows that people were talking about it being maybe 200,000, separating the two sides, and eventually the Canucks ended up giving Willander what he wanted in the end. But we're going to do that. As I mentioned, we're going to read the article, break it down, and then I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I will do my best to respond to all of them. But before we get into our main topic of this video, I'd like to give a big thank you to my sponsor, Uppbeat Energy, who actually recently sent me a care package. So Uppbeat Energy, thank you very much for that. But if you are looking for an energy drink that is jitter-free, crash-free, no sugars, no artificial colors or dyes, and no calories, then Uppbeat Energy is just what the doctor ordered. Uppbeat Energy has over 15 unique and custom different flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, which is a blend of watermelon, guava, and lime explosion. Another one is their Beach and Peach, which is a blend of mango, white peach cooler. If you're looking to give it a try, get the starter sampler pack for $24. You get a shaker and 3 different flavors to try. You can also use code the line change and save 10% on that starter sampler pack, or you can save 10% on any other purchase by using that code. Right now, they have a buy 2 get 1 free sale going on for this entire month. That's the entire month of May, so get it while you can. Use the code B2G1 when you have 3 tubs or more in your cart. Check out their website at www.dubby.gg. Once again, that is www.dubby.gg. Uppbeat Energy. Be better. Your taste buds' favorite energy drink. So let's dive right into this article. I will, of course, as I always do, leave a link to the article in the description down below. But it comes to us from our friends at Canucks Army, and in particular, Tyson Cole. This article was posted a couple of days ago, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Shortly after they named Adam Foote as their next head coach, the Vancouver Canucks signed their top defensive prospect, Tom Willander, to a 3-year entry-level contract. While we normally wouldn't break down an entry-level contract, there was a lot of noise surrounding why the Canucks and Willander were not seeing eye to eye. There were reports indicating that Willander not immediately signing with the Canucks was a personal decision. Then GM Patrick Levine shared at the end of the season media availability that Willander intended to go back to school. Donnie and Dolly's Rick Dollywall reported that the two sides were just $200,000 apart, with Schedule A performance bonuses being a main issue. Willander then spoke his truth with elite prospects Cam Robinson after he didn't sign after the BU Terriers lost the NCAA National Championship and went to Sweden to try out for the IIHF World Championships. He says he never asked for the Canucks to burn the first year of his entry-level deal or promise NHL playing time immediately. This is a quote from Willander. "No, we didn't ask for anything like that," Willander said, speaking by phone Friday afternoon. This was not this past Friday, as in yesterday. This was a while back. And at the same time, Willander was honoring one of the Canucks' requests. It's why he didn't join the national team until recently, as contract negotiations dragged on with Vancouver. They asked us earlier in the season. The Canucks didn't want us to play there, Willander said, but then as time moved on, it became viable. So we decided, okay, it could be fun to play games with really good players. And what if Vancouver called today with a sufficient offer? Would he hop on a plane to Abbotsford to join their AHL playoff run, which may or may not end tonight in a first-round series? I haven't thought about it, hypothetically, because it's not close to being a done deal. This was way back during the first round of the AHL playoff series. But now that the deal is signed, let's take a look at those contract details that got Willander to sign with the Canucks. So the contract, 3 years, $2.85 million, a $950,000 cap hit, a $1.75 million average annual value. Year one, 25-26, base salary, $855,000, signing bonus, $95,000, performance bonus, $500,000. Year two, 2026-2027, base salary, $855,000, signing bonus, $95,000, performance bonus, $900,000. Year three, base salary, $855,000, signing bonus, $95,000, performance bonus, $1 million. It appears the Canucks managed to meet Willander's asking price regarding the bonuses he wanted. As a former 11th overall pick, Willander was asking for similar compensation to others who were drafted in the same position, such as Connor Geekie and Sam Dickinson. Geekie is earning an $855,000 base salary each season with performance bonuses that increase over the 3 years, while Dickinson earns a slightly higher $877,000 base salary each year. He also receives increased performance bonuses throughout the contract. But it won't be easy for a young defenseman like Willander to hit these performance bonuses. A player can hit his full bonuses each season if he hits a maximum of 4 of these categories: 10 goals, 25 assists, 40 points, top 4 in time on ice among defensemen in total and or per game on team in a minimum 42 games, top 3 in plus minus among defensemen on the team with a minimum of 42 games, a 0.49 points per game with a minimum of 42 games, top 2 among defensemen on the team in block shots, end of season all rookie team, in all-star selection, and all-star MVP. Dollywall shared via Twitter/X a conversation with Willander's agent, Todd Diamond, regarding what the stalemate between the two sides was. Willander's agent, Todd Diamond, says at the end of the day, the contract delay was about a small amount of money. Diamond also says Willander will not join Abbotsford. He does not want to take another player's spot, and he is in training mode and already at the rink and in the gym. Canucks fans can breathe a sigh of relief that the two sides have come to an agreement. Willander will not be joining Abby in their playoff run, as we just mentioned, and will now focus on his off-season training to compete for a roster spot in training camp next fall. So there you go. Now, I do think that quote of Willander not wanting to take another player's spot just shows the humility of Tom Willander right there. No, he doesn't want to take another person's spot, especially with how deep Abbotsford is in the AHL playoffs. He doesn't want to take another person's spot. Shows you the humility of such a young player. But he's already training for next season, which is great. And obviously, his agent mentioning, that the money and the signing bonuses was what was keeping the two sides apart at the time. But of course, the Canucks seem to, I guess, for a lack of a better term, buck up, and they gave him what he wanted. So, but that also begs another question. Even though the Canucks have officially signed Tom Willander to his ELC, is he still a trade piece to acquire their second line center? Now, when it comes to that, I do think he is still a trade piece, as he's still valuable, and he's a great asset to dangle in front of a team that you are trying to get a top 6 second line center out of. If you package him with the 15th overall pick that the Canucks currently have in the draft, and maybe, I don't know, another, not necessarily prospect, but another young player, like roster player, you could easily get your second line center who happens to be a top 6 second line center. So I do think at the end of the day, I don't think him signing his ELC affects whether or not they end up trading him or not, or whether, them signing him means that they won't trade him. I don't think that's the case at all. I think Patrick Hoping and Jim Rutherford are weighing all options. All options are on the table when it comes to who they're going to trade, and because they know how important getting that second line center is. They know how. There we go. They know how important it is. They know they need to. That if they don't get that second line center, that is going to be trouble, and it's going to be Jim Rutherford even said it at the presser. It's going to be expensive to get a second line center, but it's also going to be expensive not to get one. So they're in a bit of a bind, and they may have to let go of some of their prospects, including Tom Willander. There's potential for Lekramaki, even though I would say his value is kind of down right now due to him not really performing in the playoffs. DPD could be another trade piece, but I would honestly prefer them to keep DPD. Now, I keep banging on the same drum about Marco Rossi. I really do think Marco Rossi is a good piece, and I do think you could use Willander to try and get Marco Rossi from the Wild, and you could use him as a dangle him in front of Bill Guerin. Willander is a pretty tall guy. I mean, not super tall, like Mancini tall, but he's not that small of a guy. And Bill Guerin likes his big guys, especially when it comes to the blue line. But that is Tom Willander's ELC. Those are his signing bonuses, and he is, that's basically his contract. As always, so that is going to do it for this video. Let me know once again, as always, in the comment section down below what you guys think about Tom Willander's entry-level contract, his ELC. Do you guys think he should have gotten a little bit more for his base salary? Are you guys happy with the performance bonuses that he got? And are you just in general happy that he's finally signed? Do you guys think he is still a trade piece? And do you think they still, despite him signing his ELC, do you think they will still trade him at the draft along with that 15th overall pick in the draft? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you'd like to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content on this channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every single time a new video comes up, turn on the notifications and you will be notified every single time we upload a new video. You can also find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change to find our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on Twitter/X at LineChangeVan. You can also find us on TikTok at the.line.change.po. Feel free to give us a follow on each of those platforms. Also, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify in particular, you feel free to give us a follow on there. It is, of course, greatly appreciated. As well as on Spotify, feel free to rate and review, as it is, once again, very much appreciated. But that's going to do it for me in this video. As always, let's go Canucks. We are all Canucks. Let's keep believing in blue. And I'll see you guys in the next video.